Well, good morning YouTube, and welcome back to Retired for Life. So on this beautiful, sunny, mild morning, I'm going to be finishing up getting the vegetable garden put to bed. So I spread a whole bunch of these ground up leaves on it yesterday. Today I was down to pick up another scoop of compost, and I have some over here under the wheelbarrow. So the plan is to run the rototiller quickly through the whole garden one more time to grind in all of the leaf shreds, and then I'm going to spread this composted manure around on top of that, and that is just to let that sit in there and seep down into the ground kind of thing until I'm ready to plant in the spring. So we'll get that done and out of the way. I'm thinking about going back out into the bush to have another look at a big broken tree. We'll see how that goes. All right, let's get this stuff spread around and then we'll move on. Well, there is another run over it with the rototiller, so that's got all the bits and pieces of the leaves ground in. So the next job is to bring the tractor with a shovel load of manure here right up to the entrance and start spreading that around. Now, I don't want to bring the tractor into the garden because that, of course, is just going to compact everything down. And I worked pretty hard now to get things loosened up and breathing. So let's get the tractor up to the entrance and start spreading around what we've got here. I'm going to pay special attention to the asparagus plants as they come in pretty early. Well, there we are, guys. That's got a nice bit of compost thrown all over the garden. Looks pretty good. And I think we're going to call that it for the garden for this year. And then hopefully I can make the time to do some gardening next year and enjoy some vegetables out of here. So that's it for the garden. Let's get stuff packed up, put away, get lunch, and then we're off to Arts. So today is test fit day for the new snowblower. Be interesting to see how well that goes on the back of the tractor and how easy it is to put on the back of the tractor. So I'll have to do some positioning and figuring out as to the mounting and the feet for it and all that kind of thing. The black skids here that it rides on, I need to lower them as far as they will go down because we're on a gravel driveway. I don't want to be scooping up gravel. This is not a grader, it's a snowblower. So we'll get all of that figured out. Now, I've never used the PTO on the tractor before, so it will be interesting to see. I've never even engaged it before. It'll be interesting to see how it all works. So we'll get the shovel off, forks on, and start getting set up to do this job and see how it goes. Well, the grater box is pretty easy to take off and on. I'm pretty used to that. The next step is to start lining everything up here. So I'm going to take the top link off, get it out of the way, and then probably drop this down to the ground while I work on how things line up for the first time. All right, let's get the top link off, get this laying down to figure out where to put the chains and that type of thing, and then we'll see if we can back into this. There's lots of these things around on all sorts of different hookups for the tractor, which is why you want to have the spares. All right, let's try backing in. So there's 3 positions on here to hook in the 3-point hitch. I'm just picking the middle one just to see how it works. Well, there's an issue. Unhook and pull out and lift the drive shaft because I can't get the drive shaft back up past the hookup for it. So we learn as we go. Alright, I got it on. Just needed a little bit of fooling around to get some leverage down there. It's such a tight area to pull that collar back and push things ahead. All right, we're in a position to lift it for the first time. Let's see how it goes. I'm not really keen with how the drive shaft works. I'm going to put a few marks on this and see how much shaft is still left inside. So I've got the room. I'm going to cut another inch off of that because I think it's too tight. But for the moment, we'll try to spin this for the first time. Now I have not engaged the PTO on this before. So let's see what it does. Seems the PTO has a kill switch. Well, it sounds like it's going round and round, but I can't get off to see it. So we'll have a check of the footage here. So it's obviously going round and round. you guys saw before I did. I do have a number of changes that I want to make, a number of setup changes. I now need to position this handle, and I have a pretty good idea of where I want it to go this time. And I want to check that drive shaft. I think I can shorten it, but we'll make a mark on there and find out just how much room there is, because I think they left it too long. All right, we're going to get to work on setting up the position of this handle, marking the drive shaft, and then I'm going to disconnect it. So I wasn't very happy with how the drive shaft fit. It was just too close. Now, I did check with them, and they told me that it was cut to the right length, but with that kind of play, with that kind of closeness, something went wrong, and this jammed into the back of the tractor. You would bust the whole back crankcase of the tractor, and you'd have a real disaster. So I'm not taking that chance. I've decided, because the one fits inside the other by 6 inches, at least 6 inches, I think closer to 8 inches, I'm just going to cut 2 inches off of it. Now when you cut 2 inches off of something like this, you've got this piece that fits inside the other piece, and then you've got this outside guard on both of them. That means you've got to take 2 inches off of everything. So I've got 2 inches off of this cover. I've got 2 inches off the shaft for this one and the cover. I've just got the 2 inches left to cut off for this one. All right, I'm just going to get a file, clean that up, and then we'll try refitting the whole thing again all over again. Well, that went a lot better. Now we'll pick it up and test for ground clearance. I want to make sure I got this handle in the right spot. Well, there it is, guys. It's all ready to go. It took quite a bit of work to figure it out, a little bit at a time. Of course, having to cut the drive shaft for it, or jack shaft, didn't really help a lot. I've got it sitting off to the side now on its skid. It is all ready to go, all greased up. We've got the drive shaft or jack shaft cut to the right length. I've lowered these black skid plates down as far as they go because, as I've said before, gravel driveway, we don't want to work as a grader. We're working as a snowplow. The adjustment for the scoop here is now all set up properly. I quite like where the handle comes up beside the seat. It should be quite easy to operate. So I think now we'll put the grader box back on the tractor, because I don't think I'm going to need this for a couple of weeks yet. Looking at the forecast, 14 days out, they were showing snow on one of those days, like about 10 days out, but not much of it. And now the snow is pretty much gone. So
we're still not cold enough steadily to get any kind of snow, although it is pretty cool right now. So we'll get the grader box put back on the tractor and get ready to keep using that. And we still might yet be able to sneak in a little bit of road work before it gets too cold for that. But for now, I think it's time for a cup of hot chocolate. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you on the trails the next time.